Welcome back, and you're darn right. Jeremy Swayman jersey on. Yeah, all right. So, two games are done. We got 9 games to go in the NHL today. So let's go ahead and talk about two games that were kind of lopsided. But let's go ahead and talk about how Buffalo's playoff hopes are. Are they done? It sure seems like they're done. So things seemed pretty good a week and a half ago for Buffalo. Now not so much. So it was Bobrovsky versus Luukkonen in this one. Early press by Florida. Shots are 2 apiece at 2.5 minutes, which I thought, yeah, it's not indicating the play. Ekblad has a shot that saved. The next shot's held, but at 4:01, Florida gets on the board. It's Montour from Tkachuk. Denisenko then has a rush chance. That saved. Sabres having issues with turnovers in this. Really strong puck pressure by Florida. I will agree that Florida's starting to play the way they need to. But they're going to need some help from teams ahead of them losing, and we'll see how things go. But yeah, I mean, Florida comes out of this one pretty good today. Shots are 10-3 Florida at 7 minutes, which I thought was pretty accurate. Luukkonen has been good. He was the reason that it was 1-0 at that point. Post for Okposo on a rush. The rebound's then saved. Mittelstadt has a shot that's blocked. The Sabres press at 9.5 minutes. Tuch fires one wide from the high slot. Tkachuk breaks up a 3-on-2. The Panthers rush the other way. Peterka has a 3-on-2 chance. That saved. Pressed by the Sabres with 5.5 minutes left. Good cycle. Lomberg fires one high on a rush. Better second half, I thought, for the Sabres. Things get pushy at the horn, and as a result, the Panthers will have a power play to start the second period. So maybe a little too pushy at the horn. Second period. Aggressive penalty kill by the Sabres. Lundell fires one wide. The Sabres clear it out. That's killed off. Panthers press the next shift. They pin the Sabres down. Tuch is not happy, but the Panthers get a power play. It is amazing to me that we're this many years later from when I started watching hockey, and to this day, they will call the retaliation. They will always call the retaliation. So if you feel like a guy wronged you and you don't see the referee's arm up, let it go. Good cycle by Florida there, but that's killed off. The shots are 6-0 for Florida at 7 minutes. And then at 8:04, it's Bennett from Verhaeghe and Tkachuk. He wires that one from in close. It makes it 2-0 in favor of Florida. Tuch has a rush chance that saved. The Panthers rush the other way. Lundell has a chance that's held. We get some more pushing after. There was a lot of pushing back and forth in this game. Sabres get zone time, but no shots. Skinner couldn't bury one as the Sabres press. Buffalo ends up getting themselves a power play. Skinner with a net drive. That deflects out. That power play is killed off. It seems to be on most whistles, we're getting the scrums, the pushing, the punching, the just general unpleasantness, displeasure with one another is what I was going to say. And not a lot getting called out of that. And you would have thought that after the end of the first period where you end up with a man advantage out of it, that guys would settle it down, but not so much. Bobrovsky hands one to Skinner. That's a bad idea. The Panthers would end up bailing him out there, though. So after 2 periods, it's 2-0 in favor of Florida. Early in the third, a 2-on-1 rush, and it's buried. It's Lundell from Reinhart and Barkov at 34 seconds. A puck hits a fan in the front row the next shift. Hopefully that fan's okay. I mean, you'd already be there, like, as a Sabres fan, probably not that happy about the way things are going, and then a puck hits you in the head, because you're there. So Sabres end up drawing a power play, not because of that, but they do get a power play. Thompson has a blasted save. The Panthers shot block. The power play's killed off. The one shot from Thompson was the one they had. Dahlin has a shot that's held after that. The Panthers get a power play. That was killed off as well. Just the one shot. However, it takes 2 minutes off the clock, right? Mittelstadt to power. Near miss there. Sabres press with 9 minutes left. And eventually, Tuch gets a goal at 11:27. It puts the Sabres on the board. Breaks the goose egg. Sabres press for another. Mittelstadt has a rush chance that's held. Goalie pull with 1:50 left, and almost immediately the Florida Panthers get it, and Verhaeghe hits the empty net from Tkachuk and Forsling at 18:22. With 43.7 seconds left, the Sabres get a power play, but this one's done. Your final score is 4-1 in favor of Florida. They go to 21-20-4 with the win. With the loss, the Sabres drop to 21-19-2, and like I said, it just feels like the wheels have completely fallen off for Buffalo over the last couple of weeks. And I'm at a loss. It feels a lot like the losing streak that they had that got to 8 games and then they get hot again. You can't keep doing that. You have to find a way to maintain that over a full 82-game schedule. All right, the other game, of course, Boston at home against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers came into this one with 7 wins in 8 games. Boston's a different beast. And this was the kind of game I wanted. After a couple of iffy games by the Bruins at home, first the loss against Seattle, and then a game against Toronto that was entirely too close today, they kind of get that laugher. So it's Hart versus Swayman, game number 1,000 for Krejci, and I guess Boston decided we're really going to make this whole game a celebration. Shots are 3-0 though for the Flyers at 2 minutes. They got out to quite the good start. Tippett has a shot that's blocked. Hart then denies Zacha on a rush, but at 4:38, it is Pastrnak. Fantastic pass by Zacha on that one. Krejci with the secondary at 4:38. So great pass and tipped in. And so, yeah, Boston's off to a great start here. They look for another. JVR fires one wide. Bruins ice it. So early on, the Flyers had some hope there before Boston stomped that out, but they did have some hope. Bruins with some momentum with the lead. They press at 8.5 minutes. The Flyers get themselves a power play. Bruins don't let them set it up. It's a no from them. Killed off, no shots. Then there's some good back and forth after that. Bruins fourth line gets some pressure. They're kept to the outside. I thought AJ Greer had a really good game. And then Zacha scores to make it 2-0. Posting in from Krejci and Lindholm at 15:05. And then Hall has a fast break opportunity. He's denied on that. So as ugly as this score gets by the end, it definitely could have been worse. Flyers press with 3 minutes left, but the Bruins block. They end up icing the puck, but they're okay on that one. Coyle couldn't bury one in close before the period's out, but it's 2-0 for Boston after one. Second period, Cates has a chance that's held. There's a near miss then for Krejci from the slot. Foligno's denied in close, and then at 3:55, Marchand buries one from the side of the net. It's Grzelcyk and Bergeron with the assists, and then at 4:41, while they're interviewing DeBrusk, Zacha scores from Krejci. Now, I do complain, and I haven't been recently because there's no point, but I don't like it when they interview people. It doesn't matter who they are during play. When they're not paying attention to the play, it could be distracting. I don't like it. I think those interviews should be in between plays, in between periods. When they're not because they're not talking about the game. It makes it seem like what's happening on the ice is not important. With Jake DeBrusk, every time something important was happening, he just and he stops mid-sentence. So if he's talking to and then and just you can tell, just no, I'm not talking. I love that. That was fan, and he was actually talking about the play. He was actually talking about the lines. I was like, wow. So Jake DeBrusk might have a future in broadcasting. Because there are times where guys get interviewed and at the bench or up in the broadcast booth, I should say, and they're talking about themselves and something that happened in 1943 or whenever, and it feels like okay. And again, it's one of those things. It's a nitpick, I know, but DeBrusk, they handled that really well, and it's 4-0. And then after Zacha scores, he's like, maybe I should just stay up here, and I don't think anybody would have complained, myself included, if he had. Flyers get a power play that was killed off. Ersson takes over during a TV timeout, so Hart's done for the night. Pastrnak has a blast that saved the Flyers, cleared out. Greer then had a chance that was blockered aside by Ersson. Lawton's denied on a rush. The Flyers press with 4.5 minutes left. Konechny almost had a fight with Foligno, kind of, sort of. The linesman jump in. And then Foligno having a few words for the official as he's skating by with the live microphone. It was pretty funny. Foligno, when he was not within the microphone's, range, he was still having some words for the official. Grin on his face, but I don't think he was happy. At any rate, it's 2 minutes of 4-on-4 as a result. Pastrnak then draws a power play 20 seconds later. So with 1:06 left, it is a 4-on-3 power play. Rolls over into the third period. Early in the third, on the power play, Boston scores. At 36 seconds, it's Pastrnak. From Marchand to McAvoy, it was a good cycle. No chance for Philly, no chance for Ersson there, and it's 5-0. The Flyers press for an answer. They end up drawing a power play. Boston gets a power play. That leads to a short-handed rush by Lawton. Reminds me, there's something that's not on the board. There's two things that aren't on the board. Two things not on the board. Two. How in the world can I... Stupid hockey guy forgetting to put the No Mercy magnet or Tony the Tiger, because great. And it's... I apologize. All right, I fixed it. So, so then what happens is, so you get the Bruins power play, shorthanded rush by Lawton, shorthanded Tippett shot was held, that's killed off, so not a great power play for Boston there. Things get punchy at 7.5 minutes. Delorier really wanted to fight Greer. Greer said no. I would agree with Greer. I would not accept a fight with Nick Delorier. No, it's not happening. So Flyers get a power play. They need 6, but then they get a minute and 40 of 5-on-3, and it's a double minor called on Bergeron. So D'Angelo has a blast that's saved. Forbert clears it out. Konechny fires one wide. Lindholm would clear it out. Hayes fires one high. It's cleared out. They kill off the 5-on-3, and they kill the first minor. Tippett has a blast that's held. Really smart hold there by Swayman because his penalty killers, especially Lindholm, really needed to get off the ice. Then there's a shorthanded rush by Nosek. That chance is saved. Everything's killed off. And your final score is 6-0 for the Boston Bruins. So there's the great magnet. There's the no mercy magnet. It happens. Shots, 11-9 for Boston in the first. 11-7 Boston in the second. 13-7 Philadelphia in the third. Final shots are 29 each. Power plays, Philadelphia 0 for 6. Boston 2 for 4. Hits 21-12 for Philadelphia. Hart saves 12 out of 16. Ersson saves 11 out of 13. And Swayman saves all 29 shots for his first shutout this year and his 6th overall. So, I'm really a fan of Swayman, and seeing the way that every time he has one bad goal go in, just Bruin fans pile on him. So I'm sure that today all the shots were really easy, and it doesn't matter and it doesn't count because it's Swayman. That's my guess anyways. That's my guess on what the take is going to be. Or, well, it's about time he had a good game, even though this is his 3rd straight really good start. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.